My viewers, wherever you are watching from, I hope you've been having a nice day. It's been quite a while on English class, so you are welcome back. For the past how many weeks now, we've been looking at literature in English. But today, we want to go back to our English class and we'll continue from where we stopped the other time. Our last class, we discussed expository essay, but today we want to continue with essays, and today we want to quickly look at descriptive essay. Descriptive essay. As a recap of what we have, discussed in the other essays, that is expository and narrative. We look at how to organize your points by paragraphs, using of linkers to link your points, and some other things. Now, quickly to descriptive essay. Now, when we talk of descriptive is a word, actually an adjective that is derived from the word describe. And then what do we mean by describe? Describe means, giving a vivid analysis of something, somebody, a place. Let me go over it again. Giving a vivid representation or analysis of somebody, of a place, of an event, so many things. So when we now talk of descriptive essay, writing of descriptive essay, it means that you are writing to give information about somebody, something, somewhere, so many other things like that. That is, you have to talk about, you have to give everything, you have to say, or you have to write everything that you know about such person, such place, that event. That is, you talk about physical features. When you're talking about somebody, you talk about the physical features like the eye, the complexion, and so on. And then you talk about the person's character. Is the person nice? Is the person wicked? Is he stingy? Everything that you know about that person must be recorded, must be written, or must be said. And that is what we mean when we talk of writing descriptive essay. Now, writing descriptive essay is a bit technical, more technical than when you are writing narrative or writing expository. What do I mean by technical? It means that there is a particular part of speech that must be prominent when writing descriptive essay. And what is that part of speech? Adjective. That is, adjective, your write-up, your descriptive write-up must be laced with what? With adjectives. Because we are describing, we are giving analysis, we are giving illustrations, we are giving vivid representation. You should be able to write your descriptive essay in such a manner that, for instance, you are writing about maybe your best friend or any of your parents, either your father or your mother. That the way you will write your the way you will describe such person, anybody that reads your essay, that is your descriptive essay about that person, but has never seen that person before, should be able to identify the person. Maybe the person read your essay yesterday, and it now happens that he now sees the person today. The person should be able to identify, this is the man or this is the woman that my friend described in his or her essay yesterday. It must be clear, it must be vivid. You understand? So by making use of adjectives, adjectives will give us a very clear picture of that person. You cannot just say, for instance now, you cannot just say, when I was as I was coming to school this morning, I saw a man. There are many men on the road. There are many men on the street. But what kind of man did you see? You're talking about, I saw a man when I was coming. The information is not full enough. What kind of man did you see? Is he a tall man? Is he a short man? Is he a fair man? Is he a dark man? Is the person fat or slim? So by making use of your reader or your audience, we now have what? We now have a very clear picture of the person you are talking about. Not that you'll be going on the street, you see different types of men, and then you now say, maybe this may be the man that my friend was talking about, or this may be the woman that my friend was talking about. No. By writing a very good descriptive essay, you should be able to identify, this must be the man that my friend was talking about yesterday or was writing about yesterday. So we make good use of what? We make good use of adjectives. And what about the tense? The tense must be simple present tense. Because what you are describing is still existing. If you are describing your best friend, your parents, your school, your town, the biggest market in your town or your village, these places or these people, they are still existing. So you don't write descriptive essay in past tense. It must be written in simple present tense, and there must be more than enough adjectives. Now, in our previous classes, we talked about paragraphs. Just as you make use of paragraphs in descriptive and narrative and expository essay, you also make use of paragraphs in your descriptive essay. You are describing, let's take for instance, and you are describing your friend. You don't jumble points. You must separate points by making good use of the paragraphs. You want to talk about your friend, you want to talk about the person's physical features, that must go with a paragraph. You want to talk about his character, that must go in another paragraph. You want to talk about many other things about your friend, maybe how intelligent he is in school, he or she is in school, and so many other things like that. It must be divided into what? It must be divided into paragraphs. And I told you the other time that it's not really wise nowadays to be using words like firstly, secondly, thirdly. There are many linkers that you can use to, link your paragraphs. Now, your paragraphs, you are talking about a particular person. So, in making use of these linkers, your linkers must be able to link one paragraph to the previous one. Linkers like additionally, similarly, furthermore, moreover, are more relevant when you are talking about descriptive essay. Reason being that these characters, all these things are related. We are talking about one person, so they are related. So these are the linkers that you make use of when you are talking about a person, when you are describing a person. They are, related. But in some instances, in some cases, you may want to use linkers that may talk about something that is opposite to what you have been writing on since. For instance, maybe your friend is nice, is this, is that, is intelligent, is nice, he does not look for trouble or something like, and things like that. But it may now get to a stage that there is one particular trait, there is one particular habit, that contradicts all these things that you have mentioned. For instance, your friend is nice, is gentle, is this, is that. But when you now get to a particular place, you get to a particular point in your friend's character, you now want to say maybe something like, however, my friend does not like mixing with people. You discover that is a bit contradictory to all those things that you have, mentioned. You have to mention everything about your friend, everything, both the negative and the positive. You have to, because that's why they call it descriptive. What he likes and what he does not like. Am I talking? So you bring together both the positive and the negative attitude of your friend. That's what we mean by descriptive. It's not only that you'll be talking about, only the positive side of your friend. So viewers, would like to round off for today. So in our next class, we'll continue with descriptive, and then we'll now move to another essay, which is argumentative essay. Until then, stay blessed, but don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe to this channel. As you do so, God will continue to bless you. Thank you, and God bless.